And despite loving anime and loving the style and a lot of the tropes of anime and manga, it can a lot of the times be pretty controversial, and a lot of things that are written about would not slide in America. Another thing about Japanese culture is despite being a very conservative country, there are a lot of things that, as opposed to in the West and America, would be really frowned down upon. There's a phrase in Japan called an otaku, and anybody who likes anime probably knows what it means. They are really into anime and they don't have much of a social life and probably are not attractive necessarily. And so in Japan, otakus can often be kind of what we would consider to be creepy. They will go to like sex stores and stuff like that in Japan where they sell a lot of controversial things that would definitely be banned in America, and I won't even really go into that. But it's because I genuinely think that it's because of all of this that they're not really allowed to be sexual, they're not really allowed to have homosexual relationships, that they act out in extreme ways in Japan, and it's really sad. There are also two terms in Japan called a fujoshi and a fudanshi. And a fujoshi basically is a girl who consumes boy love anime or manga, and typically she's straight, and a fudanshi is usually a guy who consumes that type of manga. And they have these words because in mainstream Japanese culture, like if you're not into anime and stuff like that, like this is really wrong, especially with the older generations. There has been a decrease in birth rates in Japan, and so the country is majority an older amount of people, so these younger people are often frowned down upon in Japan, and really just sex is frowned down upon, which is why sometimes they go to these extremes in Japan. Overall, I really do love a lot of animes and mangas, but I'm super grateful to live in the West because we're able to express ourselves more freely here, and obviously we have the right to marry whoever we want, which is not a social norm in Japan whatsoever.